Hello everyone, Mr. Z here. Just a quick video. Make sure you're getting onto the system, making sure that you're comfortable with it, and hopefully respond to any questions that you may have. And make sure you bring those up during our virtual classes, because again, that's what it's designed for. All of this working together to achieve your meaningful employment goals. I know a lot of you have already been on. This is probably just going to be a refresher, but what I'm going to do is just cover kind of the virtual class schedule again, as well as some of the things you're going to be covering in both Learning Plan 1 and Learning Plan 2. And remember, kept it very simple for us. Monday's group coaching, Tuesday's emotional intelligence, Wednesday's 21st century skills, Thursday's emotional intelligence, Friday's group coaching. A lot of interaction, a lot of opportunity to ask questions, to interact, to be engaged, and to participate. And I know many of you have already logged in and are working through the different things. This is just a refresher, the letter that you received right up front. Those of you who haven't logged in yet, encourage you to do it. Find the letter. Just click on this link. Remember your username. That's usually going to be the email you used when you registered. You're going to be going to at least at the first time, to a page that's going to ask you to change your password. Don't worry about that. Just create a password and write it down. Remember what it is, because every time you log in, you're going to be asked to define your username and your password. Then you will be brought to a page like this. So again, make sure you remember your username, create your password, or just fill it in here, and you can go ahead and log in. And you'll be brought to a page that looks something like this. Mine's more cluttered. I've got a lot of different learning plans on because we're creating all of this. Yours should have Learning Plan 1 and Learning Plan 2 right at the top. And the big thing too, welcome to the TCR community. And I want to emphasize that you really are a part of a larger group. You are part of our family. And this learning and this training is all about you achieving your personal goals. So you will go to Learning Plan 1, click into it. It'll bring you up to everything that you need to do for the week. We do have our virtual training classes here. As a note, I'm providing as well the Zoom link that you will continue to use for this week. It may change. So just keep an eye on your emails. We will continue to communicate with you. And if it does change, we will let you know. But these are, again, things that little activities, lessons, if you will, that we want you to complete each week. So you'll just click on the activity. You will, steps to follow. We want you to follow every week. I want you to keep this in mind, because this is important for your success. Make sure you're attending the virtual classes, complete the projects and lessons for the week. Meet with your coaches, meet with the resource team at least once a week, and be engaged, participate, learn new things, and enjoy. We've also included in here Twin Cities Rise competencies to achieve, what employers expect. It's kind of the think with the end in mind. An overview of Twin Cities Rise, you'll click into this, and these are the videos that there's a video and a little quiz, both of Tom, and you probably have seen it, but I love the video. It's very powerful. Watch it again, take a little quiz, little overview of the TCR program and more in general or more detail, and a little quiz just to make sure, again, this isn't tests. This is just to make sure you're learning and you understand the basic concepts behind things. Two things I would want you to highlight here is policies to review and acknowledge. This is basically just like in the workforce, the policies that we're going to follow, and we expect everybody to follow. You will click and it'll bring back to you the policy statement and document. And just make sure that you understand what just like in the workplace, what the policies are uh, with Twin Cities Rise, and then you will submit down here, and it'll actually ask you to provide an e-signature for submittal. So again, not complicated, but just make sure that you understand the policies that you submit and acknowledge those policies. The other thing I want to highlight here is meeting with your resource support team. That is expected every week. Uh, some of you will have one-on-ones. You're meeting with your coaches and the resource team on Mondays and Fridays as well. But we just want to acknowledge that you have met with the resource team, staying in touch with them. There's a little statement there that you can complete, and we will provide feedback to you on those. And now this week, you're into the learning plan 2 for the second week. Again, those steps to follow each week, just view, read, take them in. And then you've got some other activities to do that we would like you to we would like you to follow through with. We've got our virtual classes. Remember, Mondays group coaching, Tuesdays emotional intelligence, Wednesdays 21st century skills, Thursdays emotional intelligence, and Fridays is group coaching and resources. We've got a 6 seconds assessment for this week we'd like for you to take. We've got a interesting lesson in setting your goals and time management. Telling your elevator story to others. I mentioned this in the meeting this morning of what do you say when you have 90 seconds and an employer says, tell me about yourself. And you want to set yourself apart. That's what this is all about. We'll be practicing this throughout the entire 8 weeks because it takes a while and it takes practice. Hopefully some of you already got it nailed. Others, you need to develop it because it's not just about only the experience, it's about who you are as a person. We've got a keyboarding assessment this week, as well as understanding Microsoft Word and word processing. And the reason that we're doing that is technological literacy is, especially after this COVID stuff, is absolutely critical. We want you to feel more comfortable and practice and know that when you're sending resumes, how those are written is equally as important as what's on them. So we are going to be starting here. You'll be doing these weekly. Again, I will mention to you that if you aren't that good on the keyboard yet, you will be by the time you're done. In a call center setting, keyboarding is really important. They expect certain words per minute, so the more that you can practice, the better off that you're going to be. So hopefully you're going to get more comfortable with with how to navigate through all of this. We are there for support when you need it. We have a phone line that you can call if you run into issues. That number is listed here. I'm going to keep it up for a little bit in case you need to write it down. We have different email addresses, education services to Mr. Z or to Suzanne, that when you send an email, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. On the phone number, leave a message and we will get right back to you as well. We want you to feel comfortable with this. And as if you do leave the site, the Twin Cities e-learning community, and you need to log back on, this is the website or the URL that you would use to get back in. And a lot of you won't have that problem and need to use that as much anyway. Couple of tips I'll tell you. We don't expect everybody to do 100% of everything that we have listed for you. We would hope that you do, because everything that we put out there is designed to move you forward in your meaningful employment journey. I would set aside some time every day, maybe an hour. Sometimes it'll be less. as you're pursuing through these, because we want you to be engaged and we want you to learn. And as we're talking to employers, they expect the training that Twin Cities Rise is providing is preparing you for the workplace that they have as well. So I would recommend set aside some time every day to work through the lessons for each week. Next week, week 3, you'll have a different learning plan. And you can go back to the different ones you weren't able to kind of finish up for the first week and do as many and as much as you can. And we're tracking progress as we go through. But mainly it's about you. It's about you learning, you developing the skills, you practicing. That's one of the things that we talk about a lot as well. This doesn't come overnight. This is a change of habits in many cases. This is a change in the way we think in many cases. So we want you to spend the time that you need in addition to the 90 minutes that you spend every day with the virtual classes. Set aside some time every day to go to the learning plans, to work through as many as you can, to ask questions during the virtual classes as well, and to give us feedback. Let us know what you think. We want it to be relevant to you and in your journey. Thing up here on the top, I'll close with. Believing in yourself is the secret to success. I will tell you, everyone at Twin Cities Rise believes in you. And we believe that you will, as you pursue through the program over the next 8 weeks, that you have the capability to achieve the meaningful employment goals that you desire. We'll probably talk to you next week. Have a great one. It's been great seeing everybody. Keep up the good work. Thanks a lot.